The thing about having a superstar for a coach or a father, or a teammate is that when they're so good, like they actually believe that they can do no wrong. Some of them can humble themselves and listen a little bit, but for the most part, they've been so good, and people told them yes for so long, they never heard the word no, and that's why they get divorces and shit like that. My father been married about two or three, two times, one, two, three. So in general, they never heard the word no, so they get jaded.
Your team. Yeah. As you go into the offseason, is that one of the key positives that you kind of take from this season?
Yeah, you try to grasp onto anything positive that you can. And the way they fought, and you look at certain positions, you look at, you go.
That's no hate on prime time, Deion Sanders, but um, there are holes in the game of CU right now. Holes, meaning they have flashes of brilliance. A flash of brilliance means this, because I've heard this about myself. They say you have a flash of brilliance. For me, that means that my talent level is not where it should be. So sometimes I play above my level and I dominate the competition. Right? That's called a flash of brilliance. So what CU has going on is a flash of brilliance. They'll be brilliant in flashes, but overall they're not. So in general, on a basic level, the team is not playing at a high level. That's why they have a flash of brilliance.
Second best.
In other words, they can't maintain that
And see what you have
at this point in time.
In the kennel. And trust me, we're in the process of this is Coach Ray, this is his time, this is his moment, this is where he excels. This is where the scout department, Corey, this is where they start doing their thing.
All right, I understand. You're going to bring him in, but don't tell nobody. It's called the art of war. And this is some free game. For somebody they can get this to Coach Prime or Deion Sanders or his son or his sons or Bucky, Darius. Read the 48 Laws of Power. You don't have to tell everybody what you're doing, man. It don't mean that you're not being Deion Sanders, you're not being the Flash, but you don't have to give somebody your playbook, right? It's okay to surprise a person. You don't have 8 Deion Sanders on your team, so you can't talk like it. Shadur, he's a good quarterback. He is better than average. Travis Hunter, he's a great football player. Love watching him play. Shiloh, good football player. What's the other guy name? The receiver? Weaver, great receiver. Catch the ball. A couple guys catch the ball over there. You don't show your hand, man, like you playing spades, man. Just play football. You don't have to tell nobody what you're doing. That's called strategy. It's called strategic thinking. It is not being a coward. It is not bowing down. It is not going against yourself. It's called strategic thinking.
We already know what's going to come probably in the next few days to a week and a half. We already know what's going to transpire. You guys just you're gonna be pleased with what's coming. I promise you that. But everything you see that.
Don't show your hand, Coach Brown. Never show your hand. Read the Art of War or something. Okay, Bruce Lee said this. When he expand, I contract. When he contract, I expand. When he run, I attack. When I run, he attack. We're talking about strategy right here. If you got Emmitt Smith, Troy Aikman, Michael Irvin, the defensive guy that did his thing, whatever. When you have superstars all over the place, yeah, you can talk crazy. But when you got a handful, you can't. Because all you're doing is creating a bullseye. Now, you can take that how you want. Call it hate. I'm just saying, if something worked, do it. If it don't work, don't do it.
We have a lack thereof.
This is a real reaction video. This is not me taking notes over here. I don't do that. Plethora means a lot.
Right? Yeah.
Deion Sanders know how to talk to cameras.
High school kids in the microwave and let them
Look
move
at
up a
him.
little bit. I don't mind that. But you
Yeah.
gotta understand what you really get out of that. Like
Mhm.
how many I think Dylan 14 I'm sorry, I call numbers all the time, y'all know that. Come on.
Trying to help. Long year.
Yeah.
It's easy. I think, to me, I think it's easy for having grew up my whole life around somebody that was really good at something. My dad played in the big leagues when he was 20 years old. So 20 years and 10 old. So when you 21 years old and 22, you're not a kid, man. You grown. You running around, you got women, you doing this and that and other. But for a person like Deion Sanders, it just doesn't make sense to them. Like, I can't put my foot in his shoe or my father's shoe, but they just play the game and it works out for them. But you don't have too many Deion Sanders in the world. And you don't have a lot of people that pitch in the major leagues when they're 20. Against the Big Red Machine, for crying out loud. Pete Rose, Johnny Bench, Joe Morgan.
But you're looking to do some things right now, like what we need for Shador is we know what's fine. It ain't hard to find.
Hey, coach, hey, stop play football, but go ahead.
Thank you.
What does this foundation look like to you towards the future?
Well, it's a little shaky in certain areas, but we're certainly headed in the right direction. We're certainly trending forward. We got our butts kicked twice this year.
I think that the Buffaloes were always in the game outside of penalties and big plays. They gave up a lot of chunk yardage. So I don't know if that's coaching or not. But even if the coach tells you what to do, you still have to execute. You know, you can take a donkey from birth and feed him the best food, get him the best training. He's not going to win the Kentucky Derby. It won't happen, ever. So you still have to have the pedigree, the skills, the size, and the will to win. And some things you can't teach. Some things not coachable. You can take a guy with a prototypical body, a 6'2", 195-pound guy that can run a 4.4, and he still can't do it. I've seen it. I have a good friend of mine. Won't mention the name. Built like Adonis. Can't play a liquor ball. Make a run. Can't play a liquor ball. Not a lick.
Every other game, other than that, we had a shot. And I think that's progress.
That's progress. Okay.
That's progress, right?
Yeah. It's a real reaction video. I got commercials and
Do you
everything.
believe your dog just
Move. F your dog.
two-part question? You made a big change at offensive staff.
Man, I'm sorry.
So this is the story about Deion Sanders being a coach and Coach Primetime. He was so good that nobody ever challenged him. You gotta understand, in his life, he was probably always the best player on the team, so he could get away with more than most. So he's never been challenged, and nobody ever could check him. So they had to go along with what he said and what he did. And that's why he got into that incident with Tim McCarver. I'm going to do a video about that. I'm going to do that. And so he I don't want to call him spoiled or not, but he got away with a lot of things because how good he was. I'm going to put it like that. There ain't no hate. I know the Prime fans going to say, oh, yeah, whatever. It ain't hate. You can like a person and call it ABS, but go ahead.
What's up, boss? How you doing, sir? I'm sorry, royalty in the house, man.
Yeah.
You doing okay?
Thank you, man. It's been a great season.
Hey, man, thank you. Thank you all.
And Deion Sanders is very articulate. And he know the game, so if you don't know how to talk to him, you can't handle it. But this is what they've done, though. This is about his family. This is what they've done. They built a circle around them, so if you ever challenge them, then they will almost turn it into you dislike them, but you don't. So you can't ever challenge them or question them. I get it in a little sense of it, and I kind of believe Prime Deion Sanders is a little bit down to earth, but they do have a island around them. So if you put yourself on the island, people just shoot at it. So that's why you have to be careful about all that boasting and going on. Because if you put yourself on the island, you're going to be there by yourself. Right? Yeah. And there's a lot of people in this world doing well. It's not like a handful. It's a lot. And you might not know them, and they'll be watching you. So don't put yourself on the island. But go ahead, make it run.
Thank you all for what you contributed and what you displayed and the truth that you told and the fabrication that some of you told as well. I appreciate it.
See, he charismatic, so he gonna sneak that dig in. You snuck a dig in, prime time.
Appreciate it all.
He gonna sneak it. He gonna sneak a dig in. And then call you sir. That's to disarm you, but go ahead.
What's your next? What's your priority?
Make sure my son.
I like him. I rock with him. Now he talking about his son. I like them Braves from Otis Nixon and Terry Pendleton. Who else? Sid Brain. Them guys. Day Justice. Make it right.
Sons are good. I know Shadow's banged up, Shador's banged up as well. Even the cameraman Bucky's banged up right now.
Yeah, don't put the spotlight on yourself, man. People won't be watching you like that. It's okay to chill, man. Don't be like Tupac. Don't let your ego crush you. It'll crush you, man.
My daughter's banged up. She's coming out for injury. Did we win or we lost today? We lost. It's okay. We still got a day.
Oh, he good.
Coaching the game, women's basketball.
Yeah, he good.
Men's as well, but
he know how to
she
talk.
enjoyed herself. She was calling me every morning at like 5 a.m. I said, you know your dad is up. That's a blessing.
Prime know how to disarm them. What you call them? The reporters. He'll throw a jab and disarm them. Maybe he's already read the 48 Laws of Power. So y'all can go read that and say you didn't get it from S-Red. Bam. Move. Represent.
And you know your father's up. But it's focus on my kids a little bit. I think they want to go on vacation, so I gotta oblige them a little bit. But we getting ready to start cooking. Start going and make sure.
Just like that dude on the cornbread scene from what's the movie name? Life. This was Bernie Mac. God bless Bernie Mac. Represent. He said, "Don't say nothing." Yeah. Hey, Deion Sanders. Everybody ain't Deion Sanders. Don't say nothing. If you want to shock everybody, be quiet and kick people's ass. Don't say nothing.
We do it right. You know,
They gonna follow you anyway.
you know very well what we need.
Okay.
You know,
Well, shit.
Two-part question.
yes, sir.
How do you
You
think,
know I'm old, man. You know that.
that's what I'll start
He
with.
said I'm
The
old.
first part, how do you think Pat Shurmur did in the elevation back half of the year?
First of all, it wasn't easy because
Man, that first quarter y'all ran the ball, y'all made it happen. I don't know if somebody talked.